Hello everybody, welcome to Haiku Talk. My name is Ben Ga, your friendly neighborhood haiku poet, and today we're going to take a look at a poem from the latest issue of Modern Haiku. That is the volume 53.1 Winter-Spring 2022 issue. We're looking at a poem from Jessica Malone Latham that we'll title Now In. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's haiku. Okay, welcome back. Let's dig into the poem. This is a very nice one and very appropriate for mid to late February. It goes like this. Now in on the secret, budding crocuses. Now in on the secret, budding crocuses. Very nice poem. And it follows the fragment phrase format, where the phrase is the first two lines, now in on the secret, and the fragment is budding crocuses. Now let's take a look at this line by line and see how it works. So line number one, very short, 2 words, just now in. That's it, now in. And as far as first lines go, it really does not provide any sort of anchor towards anything. A lot of times when I talk about first lines, you want them to be gripping, you want them to maybe ground you in some place, you want them to maybe take you someplace specific that allows you to begin to enter the moment and want to find out what's happening next. In this case, there's such few information that you're really compelled to read on because you just have to. There's not much else going on there. And so now in line 1, pretty much self-explanatory. So we have to go to line 2. And in line 2, we complete the phrase of the poem. And that phrase, that line 2, which completes the phrase, is on the secret. On the secret. So really, line 1 and line 2 don't really stand alone like some other poems we might have looked at in the past. You really need to have that full 1 and 2 combo to really grab things together. It really is a tightly written phrase. And so now in on the secret, with a nice long em dash, causes you to pause, causes you to slow down and think, now in on the secret, eh? What is the secret that I'm in on? Which is very compelling. It is very, shh, what are you going to tell me? What's the secret? What are you letting me in on in this moment? And so you read to line 3. And in this case, we have the fragment, we have the thing that really grounds the poem, that grounds you in a location, that grounds you in a moment. And that is budding crocuses. Budding crocuses. And so, what's the secret? What are you let in on? Well, one of the things I really liked about this poem is that the secret to me is being let in on budding crocuses. Now, I can't say everywhere in the world is going to be the same place, but in this part of the world, when the crocuses start budding, that happens in spring. And that seems to happen regardless of what the weather outside is doing. And so if you see the crocuses starting to bud, starting to push up through the dirt, then you know that spring is on the way. And you really have to look for them. They're not very big flowers, they're not very big plants, but they do come back every year. And so if you're in on the secret, if you know where to look, if you know what you're looking at, you know that spring is on the way. And to me, this is an exciting poem. And it's one of these pieces that I get more excited about because I really kind of learned about crocuses and how they come up in the spring from reading haiku. This is a seasonal reference, the budding crocus, the crocus flower that I've seen a number of times in haiku. And having looked it up further, and really now I notice them all the time when I walk out in the spring, and I look for them because I'm in on the secret. And this is one of those little joys of haiku, especially when they hone in on specific moments in nature, something really small, something that most people don't notice, something that if you're really busy in life, if you got a lot going on, a lot in your head, just you're very engaged with all sorts of whatever personal or worldly drama that's going on around you, you're going to miss these things. You're not going to see them. You're going to walk by that sidewalk, drive past the park, roll out of the driveway and not even look at your yard or mow right over them or pull them thinking they're weeds. You're not going to see this stuff. And when you really start digging into haiku and it starts to become a part of your life and it starts to really sink in, you're given not only a gift of all of the different moments that all of these poets around the world are giving you, all these moments that you get to enter into and experience, but you're also given yourself permission to take a step out of your busy life. You're giving yourself permission when reading these poems to stop and consider these moments that are given to you to enjoy and to look at. And when you start entering these images, these moments in the poems, lo and behold, you'll start doing that in real life too. You'll start to seek out these things that you've experienced in the poems for yourself. You'll start to pay attention to the crocuses in spring. And right now, I'm so waiting for these little things to come up. I'm starting to see some pictures on Facebook of people posting of little buds starting to shoot up. So I'm getting excited, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to going out and taking pictures when they do actually bud and bloom, because they're really beautiful little flowers. And it's just a wonderful thing. And sort of like a parallel when you're let in on the secret of crocuses, of nature, of a natural thing, something you didn't see before, something that you've missed out on before, something you didn't notice before, and now you're noticing. It's like when you start to learn how this genre of poetry works. It's like you're let in on a little secret, because on the surface, these poems, they look really simple and really easy, and that's it's the blessing and the curse. The curse is that people then tend to write them off as being too simplistic, not having enough depth, not having enough meat in there to engage you into, to really chew on, as longer forms of poetry do or might. And so they're dismissed. But that's also their great brilliance, because they are engaging, they are accessible, they are open to anyone willing to step in and take a look, and willing to open themselves up and see what's going on. And so once you're let in on the secret of how they work, what it is how you engage with them, that what it is that the poem's asking for you to do. It's asking for you to step in the moment and complete the poem. It's like then you're let in on the secret, and these things open up, and they're wonderful, and they're engaging, and they really can take over your life with regards to what you read, what you write, and for my own self. Once I started in on these little poems, like in a very serious way, about 10, 12 years ago, I've not looked back. They're all I focus on creatively. When before I used to write all sorts of different things. And so I really liked this poem for that reason in the book. Now every time I get an issue, and I'm featuring an issue on this channel, I like many poems in this, and there are a lot of complex poems. There's a lot of things going on. I usually pick a poem because it speaks to me in that specific moment to be something that's worth pointing out and talking about. And in this moment, in this bit of winter, and this as we're going into spring, it seemed like a good poem to talk about, because it is so simple. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. It starts small and goes bigger as it goes down the page, as you can see. which is a great. I really enjoy that poems that take advantage of that. Either they're going short to long or long to short, what have you. But in this case, it starts really short and spreads out, just like the coming season. Now that you're in on the secret, you see everything. But you have to start from the beginning and work your way in, and then you can see everything. A really wonderful little poem. Thank you, Jessica Malone Latham. Thank you, Modern Haiku. And thank you for tuning in to this episode. As always, if you like this piece, click the like button. Subscribe to the channel. It does help us out. And if you want to get notified on new episodes as they come out, on the main YouTube page, click the little bell and you'll get notified. Until next time, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.